Education is the mother of leadership. Wendell Willkie. True ring the words of American lawyer and Republican presidential nominee. Today, let us tell you the story of just such an individual who has paved the way of leadership with education for over half a century. From student politics to mainstream politics and onwards to the role of an educationist par excellence, he has done it all. Leader, teacher, visionary, and a friend in need. Let's delve into the story of Dr. Satish Chaturvedi. As a fledgling independent India made its presence felt on the world stage, in a little village, inspired by life with dreams in his eyes, was a boy from a humble background. Who was meant for great things. Born on the 10th of October 1946 to parents Jhaulal and Bhagwati Devi, in the quaint village of Holipura in Uttar Pradesh, his life was going to take him places.
होलीपुरा मेरी पूर्वजों की मातृभूमि है और वहाँ के कण-कण में मुझे वहाँ एक विशिष्ट प्रकार की ऊर्जा मिलती है। वहाँ की एक जो सुगंध है मिट्टी की, वो दुर्लभ है मेरे लिए। और वहाँ जाने के बाद मुझे बचपने की सब स्मृतियाँ, मेरे माता पिता की सब स्मृतियाँ और उस गांव से जुड़ी हुई जितनी पुरानी यादें हैं, पुराना इतिहास है, वो जाने के बाद सब ताज़ा हो जाता है।
Childhood turned into adolescence as a young Satish Chaturvedi stepped into the world of college. Shy and quiet, he was yet to become the Dr. Satish Chaturvedi the world knows today. But the first step in the journey had been taken.
दामोदर इंटर कॉलेज होलीपुरा सन 1932 के अंदर स्थापित किया गया और यहीं से श्री सतीश चतुर्वेदी जी ने 1960 से लेकर के 1963 तक अध्ययन किया। अध्ययन करने के पश्चात वो नागपुर चले गए। परिश्रम के आधार पर उन्होंने बहुत बुलंदियां छुई अपने जीवन के अंदर। वो एक समाज सेवी हैं और इस गांव से उनका बड़ा प्रेम है और इस विद्यालय से भी उनका बहुत स्नेह है।
As the wheel of time turned, Dr. Chaturvedi participated in extempore, elocution, debates, and many other activities, establishing himself as one of the foremost and most eloquent orators. And leadership, as we know, begins with oration.
वो बहुत शरीफ इंसान रहे हैं। हम दोनों साथ साथ पढ़े हैं। बचपन से इंटरमीडिएट तक वी वर टुगेदर और हर तरह की झगड़ा करना, लड़ना, हर तरह की तारीफ़ करना, एक दूसरे के साथ खेलना। उनकी मदर हम लोगों को बहुत स्नेह रखती थी, चाची कहा करते थे हम लोगों, और बराबर उनकी खिलाई हुई खाने की, उनके खीर की, दही की, मठे की अभी तक याद आती है। और शी वॉज ऑल्सो वेरी ग्रेट लेडी टू अस।
With the inner confidence now in full swing, Dr. Chaturvedi participated in his first college election. It was an experience filled with learning and emotions. The joy of success, the bitterness of failure, but most importantly, the grit to carry on. On becoming a student leader and an official member of the NSUI, the political corridors opened new avenues. The first victory in the student union elections became a turning point in Dr. Chaturvedi's life. He won the election for the Nagpur University Students' Union, a body with over 1 lakh students, becoming the president. This led to him being appointed the Maharashtra convener of the NSUI by Mrs. Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister, and Mr. Sanjay Gandhi. This paved the way for this young and dynamic leader to be nominated by the central leadership as the president of Maharashtra Pradesh Youth Congress. In the roaring 70s, he was another roar from a leader in the making.
सतीश चतुर्वेदी जी जो कैंटीन के पास खड़ा हुआ करता था युवक कांग्रेस का, उसमें इतना बड़ा टैलेंट है कि जो हजारों विद्यार्थियों को शिक्षण दे सकता है और ये देश का अच्छा नागरिक बना सकता है। ये बहुत मैं कीमती समझता हूँ कि उनका जो एक सोचने का तरीका है कि मेरा भारत, हमारा देश, इसको बढ़ोतरी देना है तो इस तरह का काम करे कि जहाँ सब लोगों को उसका उपयोग हो जाए। उसमें जो टैलेंट है वो बुद्धिमत्ता का टैलेंट है। कोई भी यूनिवर्सिटी ऐसा उनको डॉक्टरेट नहीं दे सकते जब तक वो पेपर्स में कुछ है। उन्होंने जो डॉक्टरेट की है ये भी बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है हमारे लिए। मैं विदर्भ में जाता था, विशेषतः नागपुर जाता था, तभी मैं उनसे मिलता था। ऐसी दोस्ती हमारी हो गई।
Success after success gave him an opportunity to help people change their lives for the better.
उन्नीस सौ 81 या 82 की बात है, तो हमने बाबूजी के पास में गए। उस टाइम में विदर्भ माथाड़ी कामगार करके बाबूजी ने एक संस्था निकाली कामगारों के बारे में, और वो संस्था के अंदर में हम लोग शामिल हो गए। हमारे लिए वो भगवान है।
अब 2004 से इस माथाड़ी के काम में आए और उस समय देखते थे कामगारों की जो हालत थी, उस समय की हालत से आज की जो हालत है काफ़ी अच्छी है, और जो पेमेंट की बात है वो भी आज अच्छी है। तो ये सब डॉक्टर सतीश चतुर्वेदी की देन के कारण हुआ है। पगार की बात नहीं तो कामगार जिस बस्ती में रहते हैं उस बस्तियों का भौतिक विकास भी अच्छे से करने का काम उनके द्वारा हुआ है।
For 25 years, Dr. Satish Chaturvedi was an esteemed member of the Legislative Assembly, serving as the Minister for 10 years, managing various portfolios like forest, health, tourism, technical education, sports, irrigation, labor, textiles, ex-serviceman welfare, employment and self-employment. Throughout his tenure, his focus was to bring the public's issues to light and make a constructive difference, fueled by the people's love and support. His politics was the politics of change, the politics of difference.
मैं पिछले 50 साल से सतीश जी को जानता हूँ। मैं 1973-74 में मैंने मैट्रिक की परीक्षा उत्तीर्ण की। उस समय ये, और मैंने कॉलेज में जैसे एंट्री ली, उसी समय ये नागपुर यूनिवर्सिटी छात्र संघ के इसमें काफ़ी क्रियाशील थे। छात्र शक्ति के नाम से उन्होंने एक अपने संगठन की शुरुआत की थी। और उसमें बड़े बड़े हस्ती आज के जो है वो उनके साथ काम करते थे। तो एक प्रकार से नागपुर के राजनीतिक जीवन में अपने व्यक्तिगत कर्तृत्व और गुणवत्ता के आधार पर अपना दबाव निर्माण करने वाला और लोक संग्रह वृत्ति रखने वाला, न उसके पीछे जात थी, न पंथ था, न धर्म था, पर उन्होंने बहुजन समाज का विश्वास संपादन किया और एक प्रकार से नागपुर के राजनीति में एक प्रमुख ऐसे स्तंभ बने कि उनको टाले बिना कांग्रेस की राजनीति चल नहीं पाती थी। उनने अपनी शक्ति भी इकट्ठा की। एक शून्य से, कुछ पेश नहीं था, कुछ माँ बाप की पुण्याई नहीं थी, आगरा के पास से कहीं से तो भी उनका मूल स्थान था, वहाँ से यहाँ आई, यहाँ के लोगों का विश्वास मिलाया, राजनीति में यशस्वी हुए, शिक्षा संस्थाएं निर्माण की और जनता के दिल में अपनी जगह बनाई और एक पार्टी के व्यतिरिक्त व्यक्तिगत नेता के रूप में एक स्ट्रांग ताकत उन्होंने बनाई। और मेरे उनके अच्छे संबंध व्यक्तिगत रूप से रहे। कभी राजनीति में हम लोग साथ रहे, कभी विरोध में रहे, पर संबंधों में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा।
मुझे सतीश जी के साथ काम करते हुए 40 साल हो गए हैं। उनको हर प्रकार का कपड़ा उनको पसंद था, हर स्टाइल उनको पसंद थी। फॉरेन जाते थे तो वेस्टर्न स्टाइल के सूट पहनते थे, ओवरकोट पहनते थे, हर प्रकार के पहनते थे। जब कैबिनेट में जाते थे तब कुर्ता पैजामा जैकेट पहनते थे। कोई फंक्शन होता था बंद गले के सूट पहनते थे। अच्छे कपड़े पहनना उनको बहुत पसंद था।
Behind every successful man, there is a woman, as the adage goes. For Dr. Chaturvedi, it was his wife, Mrs. Abha Chaturvedi. A young and dreamy Satish Chaturvedi got married to Mrs. Abha Chaturvedi, daughter of the principal of an educational institute. She was nurtured with similar values, die-hard faith in spiritualism and religious practices, so got along nicely and perfectly interwoven with the Chaturvedi family.
आभा मैम का जो सबसे बड़ा गुण कहिए, विशेषता कहिए, वो ये है कि बहुत शांत स्वभाव की, धैर्यवान, और कितनी भी मुसीबत हो वो बड़े संतुलित मस्तिष्क से उस परिस्थिति का, विषम परिस्थिति का भी मुकाबला करती हैं। क्योंकि मैं तो समय नहीं दे पाया, तो परिवार को संभालना, बच्चों को बड़ा करना, एक परिवार संभालना और एक 3-3.5 हजार कर्मचारियों का एक पूरा संगठन संभालना, तो उन्होंने बड़ी कुशलता से संभाला।
With a contagious smile, Mrs. Abha Chaturvedi has always been shoulder to shoulder with her husband.
मैं अपने को बहुत सौभाग्यशाली मानती हूँ कि मैं इस परिवार में आई। ये परिवार में आने के बाद मैंने जीरो से सीखना शुरू किया। मेरी सासू माँ ने हर तरह का मुझे किस तरीके से परिवार को रखना, परिवार की रीति रिवाज, उनके संस्कार, हर छोटे छोटे जो रीतियाँ होती हैं वो सब उन्होंने सिखाया। शादी के पहले दिन से उन्होंने मेरे ऊपर, जब मैं यहाँ आई, पूरा विश्वास किया, अपनी हर तरह की पूरी बातें बताई और उसके साथ साथ मुझे जीवन में कभी भी उन्होंने रोकने का काम नहीं किया। जो भी जवाबदारी दी वो पूरे समर्पण से कहना चाहिए। उन्होंने जवाबदारी देने के बाद पलट के नहीं पूछा कि इसको आप किस ढंग से करोगी। विश्वास रखा। वो परिवार के अंदर भी उन्होंने बहुत ही सुंदर रूप से सबको समेट के रखा, सबको जोड़ के रखा। पूरे समर्पण से कहना चाहिए। उन्होंने जवाबदारी देने के बाद पलट के नहीं पूछा कि इसको आप किस ढंग से करोगी। विश्वास रखा।
While Dr. Chaturvedi was busy in political corridors, Mrs. Abha became a true charioteer. Despite enormity of household responsibilities and the political activism of her husband, she has been a constant source of inspiration and moral support for him. Mrs. Abha Chaturvedi was also a chairman of Standing Committee of Nagpur Municipal Corporation. Eventually, the couple were blessed with a son Dushyant and a daughter Pallavi.
बेटी और पापा का रिश्ता वैसे ही बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल सा रहता है। तो पापा के साथ हमेशा से ही जो एक चीज़ मुझे समझ में आती है कि हमेशा मुझसे कहा गया है कि मुझे डर नहीं लगता है, या इतनी सारे जब लोग आते हैं तो मुझे उनसे कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती। बचपन से जो उन्होंने ये डिस्टिंग्विश नहीं किया कि ये लड़का है मतलब बेटा साथ में रहेगा, बेटी अंदर ही बैठेगी, तो उससे वो कॉन्फिडेंस भी बहुत रहा है। बचपन की बहुत सारी छोटी छोटी यादें कि वो स्कूटर में बैठाल के स्कूल ले जाते थे हमको, और उनका रहना ही एक बहुत इंस्पायरिंग रहता था साथ में।
I have been admiring always in him has been his enormous energy that he emanates, you know, whenever he's there, the line starts from where he is basically, and the spotlight is him. And he has been so malleable with different class of people that he can sit with a sadhu in Vrindavan and talk to him, a labor in Mathadi Workers Union, and a minister, and my father. So he was very malleable, and his grandchildren are so fond of him, you know, he's always there with everyone. So that has been a very enchanting kind of a character that he has.
My Nana to me is the sort of person that old children books try to capture. He's an earnest man who's a doting Nana to his granddaughter. And during my holidays, he makes it all about me. Even from the food that I'm about to eat, from where I'm about to go. He didn't seem like a busy man to me then. I thought that for me, he has all the time in the world. He doesn't mind going that mile ahead or 8 miles ahead just to keep a little child happy. And he's been that way for all his grandchildren, even for Devank and Nishank. But for me, since I think I was the eldest one and I'm the only daughter, he has some sort of a soft side for me. He's taken me for multiple vacations. I think most of my passports are there because of him. We've been to Scotland and Canada, Alaska. But all throughout, he's made it about me. He's made the vacations about me. He's made his time about me. And he's taught me a lot as well. I've heard stories from my mother, I've heard stories from my mama. But when I look at my Nana, I understand how far he's come.
I think he's a very good human being, and his patience and the way he takes on things, the way he has his vision and how he follows them. I really feel that's very great about him. He was always there for me. Even in my education, he was there. He used to teach me history, Hindi, and maths at times, and it was a good time with him. And that way he was very patient and a good listener, and he always understood what was going around with me. And I've seen that education has been always a motivating factor for him, and it has been a driving force throughout his life, and he looks forward for it, and he enjoys that part.
My in-laws, especially my father-in-law, he has nurtured my values. Every day is a learning with him basically. He is a person who is larger than life, and there is everyday learning with him. He has always supported me, always motivated me, and he has made me fearless basically. So he actually is a deep thinker. That has made him a leader everywhere.
Yeah, so, well, my grandfather's always been like my Brahmastra. So, whatever happens, I go and hide behind him. So, कोई शरारत करता था, I used to trouble someone, trouble my brother or my father, mom, used to go and hide behind him. He always used to save me. He has a great will to achieve something, and he has a desire inside him that whatever he wants to achieve, and he finds a way to achieve that.
The childhood memory that I cherish the most is that whenever I come to Nagpur after Mumbai, and on the last day before I leave, normally in the night we all sit together and play cards together, and he's the one who taught me how to play cards. I really love that memory. I'm bad at showing love and all, but with him it's different. I feel safe and comfortable around him. He inspires me to be a better person, just do the best I can every day. As he started everything from nothing, he became what he is from nothing, and I really admire that part of him, and I want to do something similar.
For Dr. Chaturvedi, the world of politics did not come in the way of his endless hunger for education. A vocal advocate for the need for education, Dr. Chaturvedi kept pursuing his education, culminating in a PhD along with a law degree. In 2018, he was honored with a D.Lit by Nagpur University. His love for education and culture also brought forth the poet in him.
60 साल हो गए हमारी दोस्ती के, और 60 साल साथ साथ में रहे. ऐसा कोई वक्त नहीं आया कि हम अलग हुए. इसी दौरान एक व्यक्ति जो ज़मीन से आसमान तक पहुंचा, सतीश चतुर्वेदी मेरे दोस्त, साइकिल पे सफ़र चालू किया. आज किस शिखर तक पहुंचे, ये उनकी काबिलियत.
We were able to see the vibrant leadership, student leadership of Satish Babu. Matlab the aggression that he had, the clarity that he had, the enthusiasm that he had, the focus that he had, and the assertion that he had. One thing which I would really like to admire in Satish Babu is that I am yet to come across a more fearless man than him. And as we grew intimate, and I have every reason to say that I take Satish Babu as one of the inspiring youth leadership which inspired me the most, and I am not saying impressed me the most, it inspired me the most.
My friendship is concerned that continued, and thereafter every election of Satish Babu was challenged in the court of law, and every time I used to be his lawyer, appearing in the court for him, and fortunately in all his cases we have succeeded. So I was a friend, legal advisor, and also just like a family member. He is a very amiable person, very helpful.
Dr. Satish Chaturvedi is a fantastic person. He is a very caring man. I know personally that he used to take the interest in the welfare of his entire staff. In my difficult days, that time I noticed that he is not only a politician, but he is having a kind heart inside him.
He realized that education is truly the way to build a legacy. It is the most prized contribution one can possibly make to mankind. Building a school to bring about the joy of education was his dream. But as it is often said, when someone dreams for others, the dreams are realized exponentially.
Dr. Chaturvedi, when he started working as a social worker into various slum areas in the Nagpur, he had that concern. He could find one thing missing terribly, which is vision of our country also, that is providing quality education. And with that vision, when he meet those kids into the slum area, he finds that education is something, should be his mission of his life. And he started a lot of schools for them.
As life moved ahead and politics took root on one side, on the other side, the foundation for better education was being laid with schools and universities for students who would become the future of the country. "32 years ago, Dr. Chaturvedi established an education trust by the name of Lokmanya Tilak Jan Kalyan Shikshan Sanstha, LTJSS. The dream which he nourished since his childhood had come true. Today, under the umbrella of LTJSS, 28 educational institutes with 25,000 students are standing tall. And successfully catering to the diverse verticals of professional education like engineering, architecture, management, and pharmacy, to name a few.
Vision is seen in the way he has led the organization grow to 29 institutions, and which is no smaller feat in a very small amount of time. It's almost like, one institution per year kind of thing, and that is because he has trusted, that is because he has believed in the people who work for him, and that shows his inherent quality as an exemplary leader. The kind of concern and care that he shows to the entire LTJSS organization, and that's something which is very, very admirable.
Mrs. Abha Chaturvedi, the cornerstone of Dr. Chaturvedi's life, is the secretary of this gigantic educational conglomerate, while their son, Mr. Dushyant Chaturvedi, is the director on the board of governance. His daughter-in-law, Mrs. Sheetal Chaturvedi, has also immersed herself in the endeavor, looking after the various schools of LTJSS.
छोटा सा एक पौधा लगाया गया था, आज एक वृक्ष के रूप में विकसित हुआ है और हमारे बेटे बहू के द्वारा उसको और आगे अच्छे रूप में आगे ले जाया जा रहा है।
More than 40,000 proud alumni have graduated from different institutes under LTJSS and are at successful positions, rendering professional services in India and abroad. Today, the institutions are showing the way to countless more students for the future.
पर एजुकेशन के क्षेत्र में जो काम हो रहा है, वो मुझे लगता है कि समाज ने जो कुछ हमें दिया है, वो हम उस रूप में उसको लौटा रहे हैं।
An ardent follower of Mahatma Gandhi, he has an ardent belief that every student, every youngster needs an icon, a role model that the student can follow. His inspiration from Mahatma Gandhi runs so deep that it formed the subject of his PhD thesis. For him, success and failure are just matters of perspective. What is important is to not give up. He treats his institutions as his biggest success because it gives him a feeling of happiness, the fact that he can help so many students take forward the journey of their lives.
मंजिल घटती गई, चाल बढ़ती गई, मेरे दो पग नहीं अभी तक थक पाए। तो ये एक वाक्य नीरज की कविता का है। तो ये मेरे अंदर घूमते रहता था। मैंने जीरो से शुरुआत की पूरा जो ये जो यात्रा है या जो भी विकास यात्रा है या जो इस मंजिल पे पहुँचे हैं, तो उसके पीछे कड़ी मेहनत और कैसी भी स्थिति आए आप निराश मत होइए, लगे रहो और मिशन को शुरू रखो।
A man who believes in staying rooted regardless of the success he has seen in both his political life and as an educationist, he attributes his achievements to the blessings of his elders, especially his mother.
जीवन के आदर्श क्या रहने चाहिए, ये माँ के माध्यम से मुझे सीखने को मिला। माँ मेरी सबसे बड़ी आइडियल थी, आदर्श थी।
It has been over 75 years since Dr. Satish Chaturvedi saw his first sunrise. But the journey is far from over. The story of Dr. Satish Chaturvedi and his tryst with change will continue for years to come. Making every day a little better, a little brighter.